Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, first, bear with me today. I am quite tired again. I've had a fairly sleepless night. So Ellie went into hospital yesterday, my daughter. As some of you are aware, we are this close to having a new addition to the family, which I am proper excited about. So I couldn't sleep very well last night because she went in yesterday morning and the new addition is imminent. So I stayed in here quite late. To save biting my fingernails, I started putting bullet key rings together. I've done loads of them, plus the 50 cal that's on there. Save chewing me nails and starting on my fingers. Give me something to do and take my mind off it all. So, but yeah, I've spoke to her this morning. She had an horrific night, most uncomfortable, in a lot of pain, but it's still going in the right direction. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. Hopefully, within the next day or two, I'm officially going to be granddad. I've got a thing for Father's Day, look. I've been promoted already, apparently. I think she meant to send that to the milkman. I'm not sure, but I've got it anyway, so I'll go with it. Anyway, yeah, I'm proper excited about that, as you can imagine. But in the meantime, I'm getting rid of some jobs because, as you know, the trip is in the next less than 2 weeks now. So I'm just tying some jobs up that I want out the way so I can go away with an empty head, although it is fairly empty anyway. Yeah, I can go away without thinking I should have done this, should have done that and stuff like that. Anyway, today, one more thing. I'm rabbiting on now, and my apologies. I've got my bags for my bike. The lovely Diane done, my mate's wife. What an amazing job. I am so happy with them. So these are the bags that replaced the ones that didn't fit properly on the crash bars. Now they fit. Look at them. Can we see them properly? What an amazing job. How cool are they? I am so pleased with them. So pleased. And they're going to be very handy. So I plan on travelling fairly light. I've got some smaller bags coming from the back. If you remember from last year, I muckled that terrible rack together at the last minute and it looked awful. So I've got another plan for some smaller bags on the back because I am travelling fairly light. So they should be here in the next few days. When I've got all my travelling setup done, I'll share it with you. But I'm so happy with them bags. And there'll be any light stuff going in there. Just stuff that that's easy to grab. You know, save searching through your other bags for stuff. You know the one. We've all done it. Pack your stuff up and then you want something that's right at the bottom. So they'll be proper helpful. And I did have bags there before, but they didn't fit. There was any hanging on by a couple of the straps, but I've done thousands of miles with them bags on and never had any problems. So I know I'm not going to have any problems with these at all. They've sort of proven, especially now, they actually fit properly and all the straps fit all the tube of the crash bars. So yeah, I am proper pleased with them. I really am. They're going to be very handy. So I'm going to have them. There'll be the little bag on the tank, and then I've got some really smallish bags coming for the rear there, and that'll do me. Sort of my luggage is spread around the bike, so she should still ride nice and I'm not going to overload it. Anyway, today's job. So with the road trip just around the corner, I'm trying to tie up a few loose ends, some small jobs that I want to get out of the way before I go. This one I'm doing today is for my trusty old sidekick, Gertrude. So he has a Triumph Tiger, I do believe it is. I think I've got that right. Yeah, I think I have. One of these, I'll find a picture, see if I can sling a picture up. Anyway, his centre stand. So Gertrude, he is a bit like myself. He proper looks after his bike. Continuously cleans it all the time, and he does them deep cleans once a year like I do, so he really looks after it. So on the centre stand it has some rust. It is a Triumph, and obviously he's not happy about it. So we're going to come up with an idea, well I am, to try and stop this happening. So I've got his centre stand here and also got is top box brackets, because last time we went out that decided to snap. So let's have a look anyway. So here's his centre stand. So what we got going on, as you can see, this is on the leading edge, so this is facing the front of the bike, so it's getting everything, smashing it off the front wheel basically and ripping the coating off, and it's going rusty. It's not bad, I'll be able to clean all that off. So I'm going to come up with something, some idea that's going to stop that happening, because then we'll get the thing stripped, blasted and powder coated. Same with the top box brackets. So as you can see, this should be connected to that, but it's decided to break away. And I've also spotted, let's see if we can get that in the light. If you look in the centre there, it's starting to go that side as well. Yeah, and it's got a bit of a buckle in there, if you could see that, where it's starting to get weak. And obviously eventually this one would have snapped off. And what it is, Gertrude goes out with about 30 kilo of sandwiches, fizzy pop, bags of crisps, sweets, chocolate, and his top box is obviously bending right down with all his lunching, and he's decided to give up. So he's going to have to just try and go out with one sandwich when we've fixed all this. I don't know how he's going to fare up with that. We'll have to see. I'll let you know about that one. Anyway, right, first job, let's get the centre stand done. So I've got some ideas swilling around in this big empty space up here, and I think it's going to work, and I think it'll look all right. Let's get stuck in. Right, first off, let's get these out of the way a minute. I want to do them last. Get the centre stand done first. So I've got a bit of round bar there that's going to be used. You'll see what for in a mo. First, let's get rid of some of this good old Triumph rust. Right, that'll do us for now. And next we've got to cut some really short pieces off this and then get them in the lathe. Don't need them too long. Let me think. In fact, I'll do them in 2 halves. No, I won't. I'm just thinking I'll go hold them in the lathe as well. Let's cut about 1.5 inches off. That'll do. So we've got a pop hole in there. Run the tap down it and then cut that in half. We'll probably end up with each half being a bit shorter. We'll see how we go. So, as always, I'm making up as we go along. Right, that's both sides tapped out. Now we're going to cut them down and face them back off again. There we go. Right, let's cut that in half. There we go. Right, let's tidy them up on the lathe. We have got them sorted out, all tapped and faced up, same size. And next bit, I've got a bit of stainless tube, which I'm going to slice down the middle, both sides, basically cut it in half. I'm going to mark that up. Just do that by putting it against that. It ain't got to be absolutely perfectly in half, but somewhere near. Right, we'll get the one side cut first. And we'll be careful while we're cutting that. Tube can go either way. It can either start clamping shut on the cutting disc, or what you really want is it to spring open, because clamping shut, it can be a bit of a pain. Obviously, as you're getting towards the end, we'll see what it's going to do. Go. Oh, I think we'll have a little bit more than half. That gives a bit of material to play around with then. So let's do the other line there. That will do it. There we go. Get the burrs off. Right, that's a start. You can probably guess where this is going now, can't you? Right, I am going to put a bit of shape into that, because I don't want to just put that there, because that'll look a bit rubbish. Although it's under the bike and can't really be seen, I still want to make it look like a bit more, and a bit of tube sliced in half. So we'll cut angles on. So it literally is just that centre bit that's getting battered by debris off the front wheel. Yeah, we cut some angles on there. It'll just drop straight into there. Then we'll scrub it all up. Give it a scrub finish, I think. No point in polishing it. Right, let's mark out the angles that we're going to cut on. Okay, let's just nip them corners off first. I've roughly marked it out. We'll try and add a little bit more shape here and there. Obviously, it's not a great deal we can do with half a tube, but we'll do a little bit of something. shape that in a bit as well. So I've just cut it straight, so I'm going to get a bit of a curve on it. Let's have a quick look at that, see how we're going before we do anything else. Ooh, needs a little bit more tacking back. Not much. Just a little bit more off each end. Right, thinking of it, I gotta take more than what I thought, because obviously this is tapering in and I want this to come up a bit. Right. Let's give yourself a bit of a mark as a guide. Let's try that. That's got to be close. That's better. Right, let's figure out what's next. I think we'll probably just radius them ends. Like that. Right, I think I need to do a bit more trimming. So, you can probably see this tube has got a bit of shape to it. And this bit is obviously straight. But the bit we want to protect is sort of that area there. This area. That's where it's getting sort of beat up the most. So I think I don't want these big gaps where this is staying straight and this tube's rolling round. I reckon I'm going to trim that corner off and bring it in like that. So all that's gone. That's probably going to be best like that. And that is still protecting the bit we want to protect. I'll say, although you're not going to see this, I still want it to look all right. I say you're not going to see it, you will actually see it when the stand's down. Yeah, I reckon I'll do something like that. Right, I'm going to chop that and see how we go. Right, I've had a little bit of a mess about, getting some shape into it. It's a little bit better. What I want to do now is just radius these bits a little bit more. So I'll just go in with this. Might be better. That's it. Oh, let's scrub this up a bit with this as well. Okay, we've got that somewhere near now. Looks a bit better now, it's got some shape in it. And I will scrub this up a bit better, but it's getting there, that bit. Right, next bit is putting these threaded little spacers on. So what I'm going to have to do is tack them on. Then I'll make all the measurements to pop the holes in this. And what I can do with that then, if they're still a bit tall, I can just basically grind them down until I'm happy with them. And radius them so they sit inside this pipe. What I may do then is get some curved washers for this side so the bolts sit nice and flat on there as well. But yeah, I'm going to mark this out and get these just tacked on so we can get it fitted, and then we can trim things up and keep going till it fits really nice. Let's get the first one on. So just going to tack it for now. We use these, although this stand is not the same from side to side. It is, all these curves and bends are different, but if we do this it'll be about right. Okay, we've got that marked out, hopefully in the right place. I'm just going to pop a small drill through first. Looks like we're on the mark. Well, that worked out all right. Right, fingers crossed. We're going to put that on the stand and see the threaded holes through there. Oh, that is absolutely bang on. Well, that's a relief. Right, we can put a bigger drill through there now. So we'll make the holes bigger, and then we're going to put a bit of a radius on them lugs so it will sit into that bit of tube better. It's going in the right direction. Right, let's just knock the burrs off the back of that. Oh, looking good. Right, I think we're going to be absolutely fine with that. To just knock the corners off these, just for it to sit down a little bit better. Glasses. That'll do it. Right, let's try it. Hopefully nothing's moved because I've welded everything up now. I'm just going to put these in for now. We'll see how they go. It depends how they sit on the curve. Like I say, I can get some proper washers that will sit around the curve if we need to. These will do it for now, just so we can see what it looks like. Let's see if we need to trim anything else up. I think we need to trim a bit more off that side. And like I say, this side's different to that side. Oh no, that's okay, actually. It's because it was sitting up. Well, that's all right. Oh, there we go. So that's the front edge. That's taking all the debris off the road, spraying from the front wheel. We've got a decent gap round it, so any sort of debris, well, shouldn't accumulate in there. And at the end of the day, 2 bolts, you can pop it off and clean behind it. But that should stop the powder coating from getting basically shot blasted from all the gravel off the road. I'm happy with that, actually. Okay, that'll do then. That's another job done out the road. So at least I can send this off to be powder coated now. Surprisingly, them little flange faced dome heads are sitting okay, surprisingly. But I'll see what Gertie thinks. But that's the main bit done. I'll probably do his top box things tomorrow now. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'll say them terrible GoPro close-ups, they don't sit too bad, do they, really? There we go. That'll do its job anyway. It'll stop the new powder coating getting destroyed with all the debris off the road. So yeah, I can get that stripped out, off to the powder coaters, and at least he can get his centre stand back on. Anyway, that'll do today. It's already absolutely boiling in here. I say already, it's late evening. It's absolutely boiling in here, and I've got a few other jobs to go and do. Next, I don't know. I'm going to keep chipping away at all these smaller jobs. I've got less than 2 weeks now before I go away. So I want jobs like this done and finished. So I will share a few of them. It's like this. I don't know, even this idea may come in handy for something else. Cross member on a frame to protect that, anything, or cosmetic. You know, you probably do something like this and put a line of holes in there. It can be just cosmetic then, whatever. The idea can be used for many things. Anyway, that'll do. I've got to get on with other jobs. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.